The great temptation was just to keep the timer going and keep playing music from Candace. But no, we're here, for real this time, with Victoria 2. This beat Hearts of Iron 4 to be the next strategy game that we unfold. Now, this is tricky because I do not know Victoria 2 whatsoever, but we're going to be playing as Brazil and feeling it out. It's probably going to be quite painful to watch. Let's start the game so we can actually get some music going. I do not like the kind of silence you get there. Ah, much better. I always get so nervous that background music going on. So, geez, I don't even know how to get this going, honestly. We're starting here with Brazil, and I'm going to need to explore the game, figure out what everything does, how to manipulate what you do in the game. I can imagine it's going to be a couple sessions of pain, both for people that know the game and don't know it, as I feel it out. But before you know it, we're going to have Brazil established, as you would see in EU3. I'd really like to have Brazil over in Africa, as was the norm in that game. So. This means I'm very open to backseaters in the chat, as long as you have useful, actionable information about the game. And straight away I can see Archduke Ferdinand saying, ugh, gross, vanilla. Yeah, I'm going to learn the game with vanilla. I hear there are lots of great mods to the game, and I suspect I'll explore them after I finish out how to play the game. I have both the DLC. I don't have the minor DLC. There's like unit packs and music packs. Maybe I'll pick them up. Hell, maybe they're on sale. Yeah, used to have them, but let's not open up that can of worms. So I was given some advice on Brazil specifically, so I might just put some of that into use. But let's go through the UI for starters, right? Underneath the chat, hey, let's get rid of chat just so we can see that for a moment. I got a lot of overlays that I can use. I guess I'll figure out which ones are useful in due time. But as I imagine, political and RGOs are going to be quite useful most of the time. Can see all the goods, and I can see political. I guess diplomatic as well for cores and stuff. Otherwise, I'll have to feel that out. What else do we have here? Menu, figure, ledger. Oh, I miss ledgers in Paradox games. Why did they have to go? Well, I know why, but that doesn't mean I agree. A find function, zoom in as buttons. Is this 1995? Okay, that covers what's down there. We've got our own stats here. I guess we'll dig into that in due time. I can click on any nation to see what's going on in any province. And there's a lot of information here. I doubt any of it's useful right now. TTC is saying, playing as Brazil, Jake's become what he feared the most. Well, I was thinking about beginner nations, and I had Russia recommended to me, and I thought that's a bit much to take on to begin with. And there's Prussia. It's like, that's awfully military going Prussia. Sweden, I'm under the impression, is a very good starting nation, but I'd never live it down if my first campaign of this was with Sweden. But Brazil's really risen in my eyes over the years, thanks in no small part to the brilliant Brazilians that we've had join the channel and the community. Right, getting ahead of ourselves there. What else is there? I can right-click on any nation to bring up diplomacy. It's a shame that diplomacy tab is the entire screen here. I don't know why they had to get rid of the map in behind me here, because that's something that Paradox games just don't do now. The full screen things here. At least I don't think they do. The great powers, wars, justification, da-da-da. But I guess this is mostly to do this. Do your quick actions with any nations here. So I can ally, access. Usual EU3 stuff and a few less usual things. Justify your war. Sphering's a bit more involved. Increase opinion and decrease. You must be a great power. Okay, so I guess we have great power actions here. We're number 15, meaning we're the second lowest secondary power there is. Fair enough. Flattery will get you nowhere, Jake. I'm here to watch this crash and burn, says TBW. Ah, but it clearly has gotten somewhere. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying that. You're all rosy-cheeked, just trying to act hard there, TBW. Okay, what else do I have to look at or care about here? Production tab. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. But the fact that these things are grayed out tells me this is probably not going to be of use for me for now. I'm going to imagine that when I have the capacity to do so, I can build factories to increase my my RGOs or something like that. Maybe. Budget. Yes, I understand this budget. Well, I start out with a hefty deficit, so the obvious thing to me is to start making loads of money. So let's put massive tariffs on everything. That's what you do in real life. Let's tax the poor 100%, let's tax the middle class 100%, and tax the rich. There are rich people here. Just tax them all 100%, why not? Because I'm under the impression that tax is not what tax is. I tax these people at 100%, but I'm actually only taxing them at 23%. I think. But I can't really be that sure. Still in a deficit, so I'm not too happy with that. Can I reduce my spending on the military? Well, then I almost get rid of the deficit. But the one thing I've been told to do is absolutely put everything you can into education. Because the literacy rate in Brazil is a joke. And that's it's the same 200 years ago. Right now it's only 7.7%. And if I educate these banana-breathed monkeys, then they might just learn how to read. I don't know what administration does. Social spending, there is nothing social spending to put in there. And military, I don't know. Am I going to use my military or not? I don't like how unbalanced this is, even though I max out my taxes here. Oh well, what you gonna do? Technology, I have to set one, but there are many, many options here. Army, Navy, Commerce, Culture, Industry. Wait, I was given advice on this. You start a bit behind European powers. A good first choice is freedom of trade in the commerce or basic chemistry into medicine in the industry tab. I like the sound of industry. I have no information to tell which of these are worth my time other than some advice I've been given, so I guess going for medicine will be good. Keep our Pops alive, and Pops are king in Vicky 2. Right. Tip, let it run for a few days to update the economy. It's, on day one it's all off. Okay, well we'll see how my, my masterful budget handles shortly. Oh, army. Right, I start off with a couple of armies here. What? 2 divisions, but 6 divisions. Strength 3000, strength 3000. But it's 2. So what? 1 unit is 3000? Okay, sure. Why not? Everything moves at the speed of the slowest, just like in EU3. And that was god-awful, because it meant if you wanted to pursue somebody, you just dump the cannons and roll on in with your cavalry. Fair enough. Maybe I'll need these guys, maybe I won't. I don't know if it's better just to get rid of them, put them on low maintenance, or keep them around for now. Well, whatever the case, let's bring them together. A death stack is the best stack. Go over to, I don't know, Igayupe. Sure. Check inventions under any technology description. It's really important. Check inventions. There are no inventions whatsoever. Not a sausage. So it can't be that important. Low maintenance Jake, Brazil's at no military risk at the beginning. What is low maintenance? Is it military spending or is it national stockpile of whatever this is? I'm going to assume it's military spending. And wow, we can actually spend nothing on the military? Won't my officers and soldiers hate that? I'll probably hate that quite a lot. J conventions are on the bottom right, you know? Okay, well. Let's figure this out first. National stockpile. Well, at least we're making a profit now. Let's just put the tiniest amount into that. Oh, this affects jingoism. Hey, how about that? Jingoism plus 100. Jingoism plus a... Wait, what? Oh, I won't even claim to know. National stockpile is maintenance. Military spending affects the number of actual soldiers. Well, I probably want having a lot of soldiers, so let's balance that out and just not spend on the stockpile. Great. If it crashes and burns, well, it's Brazil. It's done that plenty as is. Has Brazil ever truly crashed and burned? I mean, it's still on the map. Nobody's ever annexed Brazil. Survival is paramount, right? Okay, someone was saying something about inventions. Oh, yeah. Inventions aren't under inventions, they're under activation years. But they're all just showing the same things here, unless... Aha, right, we click on these to see. So if I get to medicine, we could invent some combat medicine, or vaccinations, or chemotherapy. Impressive. Well, Brazil is world leaders in medical technology. Just like that story I was sharing about them breaking into that radioactive piece. Spreading all over their toast. Okay, right, that's it for tech. Politics, what is there to care about here? I don't know. There's a lot of reforms that I can pass. I like the idea of unlimited work day. No safety regulations, no minimum wage, no subsidies, no pensions, no healthcare. This sounds pretty good. Although the only thing I would say is good healthcare will probably help the population not die. Trinket. I like to think I have a reasonable grasp on English, but I wouldn't use trinket in this. Well, what do I know? Jefferson, proportional. Well, you know, I don't think I can actually select any of these, so screw their reforms. Slavery allowed. Where? Yes! Why would you ever outlaw slavery? Increases immigrant attraction. 12% of the population want this reform. I bet those are the slaves. Let's have a look at population. Deselect all. Find the slaves. Yes. Normally I say no more brother wars, but somebody's got to pluck those bananas or whatever they do for industry here. Slaves don't pay taxes. Well, surely they could work and contribute to the economy through that. In any case, slavery must be kept. It's a backbone of Brazilian economy. Alright, wasn't I given something about politics? Not much to do here. You can switch the ruling party on the left side if you wish. The only reason you do that is something else, which is lengthy and, you know, I'm not made for reading here. Fair enough. So we're ran by conservatives, led by Partido Conservador, who will not allow the building of factories for some reason. That seems kind of strange. Why would the ruling party say, yeah, no, you can't build factories? I don't know, and perhaps I'll never know. Okay, Rio de Janeiro and Bahia. Hey, I recognize these names. I've been told that it's pretty good to have the clergy around here. Now, the game doesn't really tell me why I would want clergymen, but I'm going to make a massive leap of judgment here and assume that the clergymen help with education. And that might just raise literacy. That's what I'm gonna believe. Clergy to 2% everywhere is usually good, says Bazzi. They give you better literacy. Well, these are the two most populous places, but, you know. Is there... Should you always have a focus? Seems like they're all good in a way. Well, maybe if you have immigration everywhere, it kind of cancels itself out. I don't. I just don't know. You only get 2. Is that so? Oh, to set new national focus, you must have... Oh, clever buggers. Okay, so it makes sense to do that on my most populous places, so we make more people more educated. Population's going down. Natural growth going down. Why? Why is this? Tell me about pops. What's this giant... Oh, that's luxury needs. Do they even have luxury needs here? Oh, that's cool. Life needs is water. Everyday needs are beer. And luxury needs are, obviously, sherry. Cute. Very cute. Okay, somebody once said trade is the shadowy part of the kingdom and you must never go there. So let's ignore trade altogether. Diplomacy. Yeah. So even though I feel like we're the big boy in the neighborhood here in South America, I should probably have a friend. In fact, the advice I was given was try to ally yourself with somebody halfway useful, although it's slim pickings in South America. But if I know my South American history like I know my South American history, Brazil and Argentina should be best friends for life. See, and they agree. They will accept an alliance offer. So let's just do that. Let's have ourselves good old bro time with the Argentinians. Man, this game music is... it's good, but it's thunderingly loud. It's also not very good. That's not my kind of thing, at least. There we go. Slightly better. Right. So surely between the two of us and our massive amounts of clay, we can keep everybody else whipped down and in their place. It's also because, diplomatically, I don't have any cores on Argentina, but I do have on Paraguay, Bolivia, and Colombia. Argentina have cores on Bolivia as well, but not the same cores we have. So surely we can work together. Argentina has a core on the Falklands. What am I reading here? Madness. A truce map mode. Took a long time to get that into. Oh my god, this music is killing me. Right, I thought it would take at least 5 hours for this music to grate, and it's hurting. I'm going to need to look into alternative music for this game. Lyconic says he loves the music. Well, good for you. Very good for you. Yeah, the Candice soundtrack. I'll put together like a mixtape for this, and I'll take all comers if you have suggestions for that. Anyway, we got ourselves a lovely friend in Argentina, and we'll have to look into how to scoop back these lands that belong to us. Now, is it like EU, where you take some land and it's actually a bit useless for you for 10 to 30 years, but it's also okay if you have a core? I don't know. But it's probably not going to give me a lot of bad boy, as I believe it's known back in this period, for scooping it up. So Paraguay, for example, I should be taking Iguatemi off of them at some point, even though it's got almost nobody there. Presidential dictatorship of Paraguay. Interesting. Okay, anything else to cover? We've got a military tab. I don't know what to make of that. We can build armies. Do I want to? I don't know. Are these presets? Or is this everywhere that I can build them? I don't know. Also, we have generals. Arrogant adventurer, chivalrous gifted administrator, brass butcher. Now, I'm obviously just scraping the surface here, but Vicky 2 looks more fleshed out than I'd thought. Maybe this is why it is still held up as the best Paradox game. Who would have thought? Right, anything else to look at then? I suppose I could scope out other big boys. Wait, why is it still showing me Brazil? I want to look at the UK. Here we go. The greatest great power, the Whigs, Her Majesty's government, sea power and merchant marine. You know, a long time ago when I fired this up, I fired it up as the United Kingdom. I was just like, oh my god, you've got everything everywhere to care about. Can't imagine ever wanting to play as them. The way infamy works in this game is you get a pile when you get caught fabricating your claim. So just don't get caught, I guess. There's a Chapel comic about that. The time's come to annex Korea, and he just yells out the window that it's the time. Right, have I looked at everything? Is there anything else I have to care about before I get going? I just don't know. There's a lot I don't know. I've set my technology. Ah, whatever. Let's just unpause and see what happens. Argentina, of course, accepted our military alliance. Perfect. Speaking of them, they're level 23, so at least they acknowledge us as being far better than them. I don't understand prestige. I don't know why military and industry have a number, but I know that your rank is pathetic. Their population is tiny compared to ours, so we should be able to bully them, but they're a good ally, of course. Of course. So when and how can I go and push over you? You have no allies, Paraguay. I think the obvious thing is just to come and steam in straight away and take my land. You have no ally. Let's just try it out, right? If it all goes to pot, well, actually, how about we make a save here that says everything's started? Brazil's rocky start. Oh, also we're making good on the okay, sure. Difference between yesterday's and the projected, I suppose. Actually, if I'm going to go to war, maybe I should be paying. Whatever, let's just take the land for now. Move the army before declaring. If I wait for that, they might get some allies. No time. We declare the war, then we fight. Acquire the core. Call my ally. They will not accept. Well then, let's not bother. Let's just attack. Scary stuff. So, oh, you can select them even when you can't see them. Amazing. I swear there was a counter view option in the game options. Something like counter distance. Big it up into the maximum. No? No? Not going to work the way I thought? Well, when does anything? Let's mass our army together, crush Paraguay, and take our core back. How hard could it be? You have an option to mobilize your peasants as cannon fodder. Well, why would I do that? I have a standing army. This isn't another takeout. Oh, I could damn well go for some takeout. I had a place up the road back when I lived in Aberdeen called Chop Chop. Sometimes me and my housemate would just look at each other and go, chop chop, chop chop. And then we'd scoff it down while watching King of the Hill. What a time to be alive. So we don't look that great, but there are a lot more of us than there are of them, and we're fighting in planes, so surely we'll destroy... Oh, sieges! It's not really sieging down a fort here, it's just occupation progress, of which they have 7%. You get notifications right of the date. Easy to... What the heck? Okay, wow, those are very easy to miss. Military access? No way. Call ally. Argentina is asking that you help them in their liberation of Bolivian Judgy. Well, I do kind of want to have my part of Bolivia. And if you're the one fighting them, surely you think we can take them. Where is the summary of my wars? Normally, in the Paradox games, you have something like, we're at war here in Hearts of Iron. Wait, what? Ooh, wait, what? Sometimes I can draw my squares, sometimes I cannot. I like being able to draw my squares. Okay, I can't at the very top. You'd have we're at war here, or your wars down here in EU, or CK. They're in diplomacy. Why are so many things locked behind this full screen thing? Oh, it shows current wars. I specifically want to know mine, but what you gonna do? If we look at the Argentinian liberation of Bolivian Judgy, perhaps I could go to Bolivia and... I can only propose peace. And they won't accept. I want to add my war goal. The war is not going well enough. Well, maybe someday it will. Anyway, let's not get too distracted. I'm busy crushing Paraguayans. Ecuador? No, off you trot. The only reason I even know the word Ecuador is because of the Animaniacs song. So, my first look at this combat thing. Oh, it's all done here? Really? Is that... No, here we go. Well, it's a Paradox game, so it's got combat width, it's got the counters, dice roll, leader, dug in. I guess they're the ones that are dug in. Judgy is pronounced hoi hoi. Gotcha, Pato. You knew the Brazilians had my back. We're equal in tactics, but honestly, we should be able to mob them, right? No cannons here. Poor us. Wow, this feels really U3, this fight. Still mop the floor with them. So does killing people actually remove them from the game as pops? Because that would be awesome. I would really like it if, let's say it's late game, we could mow through Europe and actually kill every Frenchman in existence. Because that's the kind of thing that I would want to hear and would make me think, yeah, this is a game we're going to be playing for a few hundred hours. Because the trouble with Paradox games often is finding the goal, right? You don't know what your goal is because it's very sandboxy. And I'm very good at making my own goals, but I'm better at them if I know how to manipulate the game. You don't kill civvy pops. I bet you can. Right, it is now with renewed reform-minded members of Parliament in Okay. Members of Parliament in Parliament have reformed in a new coalition to push the agenda to pass reform, capitalising on popular sentiment, freedom of expression. Liberals. Liberals? Sod off. Right, so what's your story? You're going to Guapa... What's-its on the 11th of March. Oh, I'm not paused, am I? Oh, so he wants to come and fight me. Fine by me. Bring it on, you Paraguayan scum. Oh, wow, wait, what? I thought I wasn't good. Oh, it's telling me when I'll be in my final destination. Oh, I'm missing all sorts of quality of life from later Paradox releases. That's going to be a bit, yeah. But it's okay. I put a lot of hours into EU3. So it's, well, this is at least more advanced than EU3. Liberals help get good reforms passed. As a new world nation, that is good, says Rusty. Yeah, but how am I meant to go full Tropico here? I want to really put the bananas in this banana republic. Alright, good old Argentina. Being horrifically outnumbered by Bolivia, but stuck in the hills themselves. So I bet if I just march in here, I'll stop you from doing that. Right, how does occupation work best? Can I press S to split? I can press S to split. And I can put in different leader? No, I can't put in a different leader. Probably because I'm not in friendly territory, if I had to assume. Probably makes sense to occupy the lands that I'm fighting for. Probably also makes sense to take out their capital. Where is their capital? I thought my capital had a flag above it, but I'm guessing it's this circle thing. So their capital is probably Asunci Whatsits. Man, I really miss having just a thing I can look at here to tell me how the war is going overall. We've got 0% going, so I guess it really only cares about occupations? Dunno. You need state capitalists to go full Tropico, Jake. They're the ones that let you actually build factories and such. I'm sure they'll come in time. The top here has great information. I'm surprised wars are falling so by the wayside. The budget looks amazing. The tech's informative. And hey, look! 0.1% of our population has now learned to read and write ever since I took power. And I only took power this year. Chile. No, I'll be honest, Chile. I want your clay. Why would I want it? Because they have got something that's very rare in South America. Iron. Now, if I know this game like I don't know this game, there are two things you really need. Iron and coal. Wow. Both looking pretty hard to get. Right, Peru and Colombia solve my coal needs, but my iron needs are Bolivia and Peru. Oh, Peru! Wow. I think I'm going to call you lunch. Plot twist, the game is not about wars, but economic development. Yes, but economic development is often caused by war. Very often caused by war. Off you go, Chile. Not interested. Why would you need coal if you've got as many trees as BRs? So I do wonder about that. Like, why such the rush for coal when you could, you know, go and make some charcoal? There are obviously plenty of trees down here. Just burn down the Amazon, get your charcoal, and burn that. I understand coal burns slightly hotter, but if it's a choice of going to war with half the world for some coal or just burning down the Amazon, maybe come to a compromise. Jagger's asking if it's delayed fake out. Well, maybe, but probably not. See, I don't like beating things like that, like a dead horse. I should really help Argentina, shouldn't I? But is there any penalty for me not helping Argentina? They'll both wear each other down, and I can go into Bolivia and say, oh, by the way, I want my stuff now. Or maybe Argentina will give it to me. I don't really understand wars yet, clearly. I also don't understand if I'm taking these fights the way I should. I'm drinking attrition, which is probably not good. My numbers are going down and these sieges are going slowly, but I'm not seeing any information on how to proceed with these better. I mean, I guess more cannons would help. Would more people? Is this like EU3, where I'd actually be better splitting off into the smallest unit that I can in carpet sieging? I don't know. I don't have the information to know. But maybe, just maybe, some nice individual could help me out with that. Because this is blind, and I don't want to be blind in due time. Mobilize peasants for siege, Jake. Takes forever if you split. Okay, mobilize peasants, you say. We can mobilize 2% of our poor strata into soldiers. Apart from our standing army, a country can, in the event of war, draw upon original region. By ordering mobilization, our conscript armies will begin amassing at major population centers, begin preparation for full-out war. Mobilization may be essential for overcoming a side. We must always be wary of the impact on the national economy. That doesn't seem worth my time. This isn't a big war, this is just me crushing some insignificant South American peasants. This game uses a word that I believe has gotten too low of a connotation to be allowed on Twitch anymore, but surely historical relevance comes into it. Hawaii is a primitive nation, but that P word is a sore spot for some people, I'm under the impression of, and yet we play as Brazil. So there are great powers like Britain and France. Secondary powers like Brazil and USA. No, USA is a great power. Mexico? Mexico's a secondary power. Oh Christ, we're no longer a secondary power, we're just a civilized nation. And then there are the uncivs like China? Oh wow, you're primitive as well. Burma? Primitive? So many primitives. Where's unciv? Ah, Persia. Uncivilized Persia. Nedge is primitive. Uncivilized Egypt. Okay. Now the meaning of all that's a little lost on me. Since this is old Paradox, I'm going to assume that there's a huge problem in holding mountains yourself, in that the enemy stands there and you just have to fight in the mountains, taking all the downsides with it. I imagine. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's hurting poor Argentina quite hard. But maybe they can overcome. They can overcome. Meanwhile, I'm taking forever just sieging down this guy. Primitive equals free clay, says Haruter. I don't really want to border gore in this. Then again, a nation as large as Brazil is... it's going to take a lot of conquering to feel relevant there. I'd be happy enough just getting rich and colonizing Africa to make EU3 style Brazil. Oh, it was so funny. You'd get like, Brazil is now on the map. And you'd be informed by that because you have all these casus belli on them. And Brazil would be here. Without fail. More often you'd see Brazil in Northern Africa than you would in South America. In fact, I'm not sure if I ever saw them in South America. And that is probably what made TBW the agonized individual that he is today. Man, this deficit's burning me quite hard. I sure hope those Bolivians aren't thinking about taking a fight with me. Alright, consciousness is going up. But apparently it's going down. Militancy's going up. Why? I don't know. Probably from this. And that is probably because I'm taxing them down to their socks. Well, sucks to be them. Once the war's over, we'll have all this new land to exploit. All 5... Oh, there are fewer people here because I've killed them. That is greatly amusing to me. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, come now. You were an angry man long before that, TBW. Oh, got a newspaper. Prices rise unless there's silk has steadily risen. Hessian, Hanover's Arc de Triomphe. Commissioned by Napoleon, design, 30 years of construction. 30 years to construct that. Imperial Glory, Government of France, not yet known of foreign dignity. This is kind of cool. Could do with more of these. Although I imagine after about 20 or 50 of them they get pretty old. War between Brazil and Paraguay. Brazil announced that a state of war now exists between them and Paraguay. What a sterile way of putting it. Foreign Minister of Brazil, when asked for reasons, said, "We need to acquire Paraguay and Mato Grosso. We only intend to reclaim what was unjustly claimed before and restore peace and order to the region. This unlawful aggression will not stand." Okay. I'm still taking it back. Again, though, how is the war going? It's just... I'd like an easier way to keep track of it. And also, how do I even end the war? Normally I'd go to a nation and say it's time for peace. But they're not going to accept this. How do I know the... Peace offer value has 4. Okay. Really missing things from later Paradox releases here. War score, top right. Eh? If you mean this, then... oh. This, yeah, I can see that's my war score, but... They would not accept my... I can't... Okay, that must mean it's active, right? And it has a value of 4. But what will make them accept it? Hopefully it's not too much like the other games where you really have to burn somebody into the ground for them to accept your petty... Oh, what do we have here? Upper house has been assembled. Well, we're still full of conservatives, which is probably not good. As conservatives are not allowing the construction of industry, and I'd rather like some industry, probably. I keep thinking about WASing to move around, but no, I've got to stick to middle mouse button here. Right, so... Venezuela... Wait, why am I being told about this? I don't care. Also, why am I being attacked up here by Peru? Right, Peru was on Bolivia's side in the liberation of Bolivian Judgy. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's just crap land up there. They can burn through it for all I care. Oh man, Argentina, why'd you have to drag me into all of this? You're around for me to drag you into my horrible wars, not the other way around. Oh, that's right. Go and help out with these sieges. I'd like more information on what causes these sieges to take the time that it does. But information seems hard to come by. I mean, that's a capital gone in 2 other places. Is that enough for peace? 62% occupy, surely. But now I could probably add some more goals. Could humiliate them while I'm at it. Could make a puppet. Oh, I'm not looking for that. Cut them down to size. But I can't proceed. Why? Costs 50 war score. Really? How do you get that war score back? Don't know. Can I have some peace yet? They would accept. It's so hard to tell which is having this clicked. I assume the one with a tick next to it. Alright, there we go. Can we have some peace now? Let's be reasonable, folks. There we go. So we got ourselves some Paraguayan Mato Grosso. Yes. Of course. Watch out for infamy, Jake. Cutting down to size is really bad. Is that so? Well, I won this war. Argentina can go and fight the other war. Actually, can I just pull out of that war? I really don't care. And in the old games, oh, they're not up for white peace. Oh well, good luck with that, Argentina. I'm just gonna chill out. Was this worth it? I don't know. I'm not really sure what that cost me, although I do know I've lost about £1,000 lately. And this is with my rather unfair book balancing here. I'd have to drop that stockpile down to Nout to keep things going. Oh well. Why not? Let's make a profit. Pull you back to Rio de Janeiro or whatnot. Jake, Bolivia is sieging you down. Not really. Actually, I can't see any Bolivians in my land. I can see some Peruvians, but really, should I care about this? Maybe the crime rate's going up because of the occupation. Maybe. Drop the navy slider down. Second row in the top. But I don't have a navy. There's nothing to save. Pay your taxmen so they can get more taxes. You mean the administration? But that's expensive. Oh, but I did see taxes go up. Oh, taxes shot up. Oh, well, man, this yo-yo's like nobody's business. Honestly, do not know what to make of the budget. Not at all. You're the war leader in the Bolivian War because you had the highest rank between you and Argentina. But I didn't... but Argentina declared the war. Oh man, I rose up to 12 in secondary power. Okay, right. Is this gonna work in weird, weird ways? Feels like it is. Argentinian liberation of Bolivian hoi hoi. How do I immediately tell if I'm the war leader here? EU3 cascading alliances, no art of war here. Didn't Imperator do that? Or am I imagining things? Okay, Bolivia, let's have peace. I have no idea how to offer peace. I can only offer one thing, that my ally takes their land and they won't accept it. So, so what happens there? Jake, don't you have a core to take in this war? Well, I mean, I have Bolivia. But I don't have any war score to add a war goal, so I'd really have to pump myself up and fight these guys, which I don't really want to do. Couldn't we just sit back and watch Argentina get licked here? They don't want peace because they stack wiped Argentina while you watched. Yeah, Argentina's not looking too good. I'm not really understanding why this has become my problem, but oh well. I get it, right? I'm stronger than Argentina, so I took over the war. But, how do we then end the war? You can get war goal on Peru. Really? The war is not going well enough. Okay. Kill them, Jake. That's how you end the war. I really don't want to. You have to fight it. Well, that's going to bum out my budget. And they're big wastelands. Okay then. Well, my army's looking a bit banged up, so I'd probably have to spend the budget on them. And oh my god, that's a lot of money to lose every day. Oh well. Bye-bye money. Jake's like a kid being told to clean his room, but I don't wanna. Yeah, but in this instance, my little brother has been the one that made the mess, vomited on the floor, threw himself out the window, and I'm still being told to clean up the bedroom. Ammunition, small arms, and canned foods. Do we even have any of those in Brazil? Wilhelm did need to fight the whole of Europe because Austria wanted to slap Serbia. Okay, we got some basic chemistry. We can get fertilizers. Except we can't build factories, so that's a no to that. Let's get some medicine so our poor Brazilian people don't have to die. Well, I'm here to learn, and I'm learning. Maybe I could just slap Peru out of this war and then have an easier time. Then again, I wanted Peru's land, but I'm not sure if I can just easily take over half of Peru. I'm not sure how sphering or puppeting or anything like that works. Hey, Ecuador wants to help me. How nice. Hey, Ecuador, you have to help me here. Yoink. Oh, come on. The treacherous Ecuadors refuse to help us. Dishonorable behavior. Take a long time to forget. Okay, well, I guess we're not allied anymore. Ecuador. Boy, I really miss just right-clicking and getting context menus here rather than a whole screen, but oh well. I'll have to forgive a lot in this game, because it's a bit old by now. You can recruit more troops if you lack the manpower. Yeah, it's more that I lack the willpower to take on Bolivia and Peru. I'd really rather that Argentina just got slapped for what they've done here. Argentina. Argin Christmas Tinner. I know Jake does not like mods for games when trying them out, but I recommend getting historical something mods since it fixes a lot of issues in it. Yeah, I'm totally down for that, but I need to learn the game first, and I feel like vanilla is the better way forward for that. It's hard to appreciate what's being fixed if you don't experience it firsthand, which is why I don't appreciate being told that. Greece has gone bankrupt. They claim they owe us nothing. We must use our military might to safeguard our investors. Did we really give money to Greece? Where the hell's my money? Oh dear. Were they stolen by Greeks, or is it because I didn't balance my books here? You can check the loans given. Loans given, bottom left. Okay. Apparently I gave them 14 quid, which isn't a whole lot, but man, I got no money here. Yeah, maybe I just burned through my money unbelievably fast. You can declare war on Greece. I'm not sure I want to. I want to not be so horribly... Yeah, I'm drinking up this debt. Holy moly. I guess that education is costing me big time. I'd have to call canny on that. But I was told that getting literacy is huge. Oh well, if I gotta balance my books, I gotta balance my books, at least until the war is over. Keep edu up, but I have no money. What would I keep edu up with? You're gonna get negative literacy with that. Okay, but I'm actually making money, which is nice. I feel like I'm getting opposing advice here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, double no. Since there's no movement lock, you make one click and you lose all your progress here. Wow, this is taking me back. Okay, I get that education is good, but how am I going to make any money? I'm already taxing and tariffing as high as I can. Whew. See, this is why playing a strategy game blind is painful. You have a lot of people that know the game giving you useless advice, like Queeper is saying put liberals in power. It's like, okay, you're like 15 steps ahead of what I can actually do here. I don't know what it would take to just put liberals in power. Especially from what I know, the liberals have, you know, about a quarter seats and conservative have more than half. So when you try to give advice, try to think of what might be helpful advice. You can literally just pick any party. Ah, see, now that's useful. What? I can just still... Wow, that was... I am very surprised at that. Very, very surprised at that. Can I then switch them out again? No, I can't. I have to wait a year. Interesting. Okay, Argentina's war is causing me a lot of ache here. If I'd known that wars cascade the way they do... Oh man, we got ping-pong battles. Borrow all the money you can from your central bank. This improves your pop's income, which benefits you in the long term. You just put the anti-tax party in power. Enjoy bankruptcy. I'm not sure I will. I'm really not sure I will. Man, my national debt is going places. So how about that peace there, Peru? I just stack wiped you. They don't want... Oh my god, how do we get out of war? Why are we the war leader in someone else's war? I'm not sure I like Argentina anymore. Ooh, I can have tariffs as high as I want them now. Hey, now we've got money. Right, so that got rid of the tariff, but now I can't have anti-tariffs? Negative tariffs. Wow, do we pay people to import things? Could do with some of that in Sweden. Man, a lot of this stuff feels really gimmicky. The idea of taxing people at 100% and tariffing at 100%. This game was sold to me as being such a wonderful representation of world economy. It's not yeah, I know it's not 100%, but I have a slider that goes to 0 to 100%, so it's 100%. I'm well aware of the difference between that and effective tax. I think our tax efficiency is a bit more than 15%. Hey, it's 23%. Okay, but I am learning as we go along, and what I'm learning is that warfare is about as fun as a migraine, so I should probably try to avoid wars, unless it's like my Paraguay war, where I know I can just roll in and bust some heads. Jake, you must manually repay your debt. Okay, well, once we have the money to repay the debt, I shall do that. Okay, Greece loaned me some money. How about I tell Greece that they're not getting that money back? How do I default on a loan? Oh, right, this is loans taken. Do I select them? Repay. Oh, repay. Oh, okay, I choose how much I'm repaying. Alright, there you go. I feel bad for Jake. Going blind into Vicky 2 is the equivalent of racing an F1 car. I think I do alright racing an F1 car. I'm a pretty good driver. So why did I loan Greece, and how do I never give Greece a loan again? Surely there's something that is funds allocated for loaning to other countries. You have any DLC? I got both the major DLC for this game. House Divided and Darkest Hour, as I recall. EU's trying to figure that out as well. Ah, bloody Greeks. I adore how Jake is obsessing over something so incredibly useless and is letting Bolivia get the war. Look, Bolivia can take as much of Argentina as they want, right? Argentina and Brazil's friendship is over. I really should not have joined them in this war, but with the information I had, it seemed like the right thing to do. Seriously, how do I end this bleeding war? What's with these small arrows at the bottom of it? Don't know. They want to take Tucumán from Argentina. Dude, take it! Bolivia, peace. Take everything you want from them. They will not accept this. What? Wow, I think I'm starting to understand South American mindsets now. Screw Argentina. If you surrender Argentina to Chile, you'll lose your sweet, sweet prestige. Chile's not involved, but why would I lose prestige over Argentina losing their own war? Oh, man. Movement lock is not without its problems, but it's better than this. They wouldn't accept because you offered nothing. I offered nothing. Propose peace. Offer them both of the... Oh, well, now they will. Right, that to me looks like they're selected. That to me looks like they're not... Okay, well, whatever. Take it, Bolivia. I don't give a damn. Hey. Hey, Bolivia, want to be friends? We have a diplomat en route. He'll... Oh, man. That was a great thing to get rid of. Okay. Okay. Well, we managed to end that horrible war, but we got land out of it. Well, out of Paraguay, at least. Let's see. People aren't very happy for some reason. They're getting more consciousness. Population's growing. I'd say all in all, we're doing great. Let's have our army sent back to Rio de Janeiro and not paid. And then we make a profit and we repay all of our loans. For the first time in Brazilian history, we don't owe anybody money. Demobilize, Jake. I never mobilized in the first place. I've never seen Bolivia take land in my life, says El Coro. Well, Argentina started that war and were horrifically outnumbered by Bolivia. I don't know if Peru joined them later in that war or not, but whatever the... Oh god, I'm still allied with them. Nope. Go away. Ecuador still want to be friends. Nope, you look like Colombian food to me. Rank 65 Argentina. Why is my rank so low? It was looking good for a while. I guess others are just growing better than I am. No, you were not outnumbered. You could have easily... No, I'm not saying I was outnumbered. I'm saying Argentina was outnumbered by Bolivia. And crushed. I'm aware I could have mobilized and crushed them. But you need to be aware that I didn't want to. Told you, Jake, Chile is the country that actually won wars and expanded in South America. I haven't won anything so far. These are cool, but I'm already tired of them. Okay, great. We're back with our starving army. I wonder if it's better just to get rid of them, right? This will remove all brigades that are not currently supported by... Wait, what? Really? Oh, that's undermanned. What if I just disband everybody? No longer pay maintenance. I don't know if that's better than just cutting their maintenance. Their maintenance goes down to 0, so surely it's better to have them active and not paid for. Maybe. Sure love to know. Rules of thumb are good here. You were humiliated. I don't recall humiliation being part of the peace deal. I am falling down here though, that's for sure. Alright, wow. Brazil's got loads of money. These liberals really know how to make some dosh off of imports. Well, we're turning that dosh into education. Literacy goes up. Administration means more of our really weird 100% taxing. Radical revolt in Bahia, calling for the end of slavery. Okay, but it's just militancy. Who cares? Well, maybe I will. They're organizing. Yeah, South American rebels. Might as well just say South American. Losing any wars as a war leader kills your prestige, regardless if you won all battles. Okay, so never join other people's wars is what I'm hearing, TBW. I was a fool for expecting it to work like it does in other games. Lower taxes in the upper class, they'll invest into railways and build factories. Uh-huh. Is that a good thing to do, though? Well, they barely pay me anything, right? But could I build some factories? There was like a list of what they can and can't do. Build factories, no. Okay, but will the rich build factories for me? I don't know. I get the impression that building and managing factories yourself would be a colossal pain in the rear end, but it's probably also the best way to make loads of money. Maybe that's a bit too much to cut their taxes by. I do want some of this pie. Right, with these liberals in power, maybe we can pass some cool reforms. Wow, nobody wants me to... Okay, I guess in order to pass them, they have to be ones that are in that color, or does nobody want anything passed? 12% wants the reform of outlawing slavery, so people actually want there to be slaves. Good for them. You can switch the focus to clergymen to other states now that you have over 2%. Right, that isn't useful to know. I'd rather know why that's something to care about. Why is 2% a number? What does 2% mean? Also, where am I going to see that? Clergymen, 3% in Rio de Janeiro and 2.6 in Bahia. What? Why is that important? Over 2% doesn't count anymore. Tech, research, speed... Oh, okay, so they give me a research bonus? I don't know. Hover over the magnifying glass next to research. The average literacy of our population is da-da-da. We expect that it will change by... Wait, what? Ah, here we go. Clergymen provide 2.63, 1.75% of the population. 2% is optimal. Civilized literature. Okay, so we want 2% of people to be clergymen. Right. Well, keep doing that in our populous states. Yeah. Bahia. There we go. That's a nice bit of gardening. Bit of internal gardening always feels good in these. Now that's being done by a region, right? And these are our regions. Not all regions are equal. Huh, Uruguay's so tiny it is its own region. Oh, am I mistaken? No, I am not. Amazing. A tip, if you put money into the capitalist classes, they will build factories and enterprise that increase income and industrial score, or you can invest it yourself. Of course, factory workers need 20... I mean, that's not a useful tip. I need tips that I can work with. Military access from the UK, go for it. Right, I'm only going to quote out to those that can kick my ass. Following states have unemployed factory workers, but surely I have no factories and thus everybody's unemployed. Hey, medicine's up. Does that mean that we can have more people live? Because that would be a nice change. And then there are all these things. The light bulbs are on. Does that mean we have them now, or that we can have them? We have a 2% chance to invent genetics next month. Wow. I don't know, but if I went into the clinic and the doctor advertised that he was Brazilian, I think I'd be back walking out of there. Trust me, we invented genetics. Right, what can we have from here? We have a ton of options. A whole ton of options. I was told that idealism was a good thing to go for. But I can only get that next year. But next year is only a year away, so if we just let it tick over, we'll be able to become as ideal as we want. And go figure, look at that, 50% extra, whoa! A lot of happiness here. Well, we'll get our idealism first. Get away from here. Yes, about the medicine. Upper house. Liberals gaining ground. Conservatives losing ground. Elections starting. Okay, cool. Elections take half a year. Go away, Argentina. Jake, there's a tech that improves education and admin efficiency, which are worth grabbing as well. Well, after we have got some idealism, we can consider that. Man, we are raking in the money. How do I put this money to use? I know, I could kick the ass of a neighbor. That's what I'm looking for. What's the blue here? Truce, huh? I don't like the sound of that. Colombia have got themselves some friends, haven't they? Friend with the Empire of Mexico. That sounds like a big nation. Ah ha ha ha, look at that. Civilized but barely, they're ranked 38. I'm certain I could go and mulch them in order to get my glorious Colombian clay, which looks really crap, to be honest. Huh? It produces tobacco, but it also produces trees? Mysterious. I wonder if that Empire of Mexico alliance is going to burn me. Maybe Ecuador would help me out with that. They've always wanted to be my friend. Oh, Ecuador's pretty pathetic in many senses. Their military score is 5, my military score is 10. Not sure what the score really means, but surely I can go and do something with it. Jake, set the education spending to max. I thought it was on max. It definitely is on max. I'm spending about as much as I can on everything. I don't know why I'd spend more on military. I guess it just gets us more soldiers, but keeping it in the halfway house seems fine. I'm not sure, I'm not spending anything on my military, but I've got loads of dosh saved up, so surely that wouldn't be a problem. I'm going a bit too far there, Router. A bit too far. I'm trying to learn the game, not power game Brazil into space here. I mean, nobody lives here. Do I really want this land? I wanted to take over Peru. But, you know. That would mean avenging Argentina, and then they'd start humping my leg even more than they already are. Even more. Hang on, I thought I had a core in Peru, but I guess I was completely wrong. It was just Colombia and Bolivia. I could try to convince the world that Peru's coal and steel belongs to me. Not sure if it works that way. This game probably has some strict colonial limits, because I'm told that I need to research just to start making my own colonies in Africa. You need to have 5 free colonial power points. Huh. I thought one of the things that people really held up about Victoria 2 was the lack of mana in it. Unable to colonize. Only great powers or secondaries can go. Oh man, it's restrictive. We need to rise up in the world, probably by kicking other people. Uruguay is a nice defenseless target. Sure is. Population isn't that bustling though. And their goods don't look very good to me. I mean, Jings, this is not what I'm looking for. I want steel and coal, or iron and coal. And Peru have them. So Peru, let me, you can't justify if you have a truce. Ooh. Ooh, that's not very nice. Well, Colombia, do you happen to have some land with my name on it? Where was it? RG. What's the shortcut for this? A. Right, I'm going to use these 2 buttons a lot. A and W. Do you have any steel, Colombia? No. Do you have any coal, Colombia? Yes. So, how does justifying war work? I want to annex you. But that doesn't seem to work the way I want it to. It'll take a year to acquire a state as a goal. Okay. Maybe I could liberate them? Liberate an entire country from its oppressors. Do they have an entire country? Who could be freed from you? Gran Colombia. That sounds like a made-up country. Wait, is it all Gran Colombia? Weird. I imagine if I liberate Panama, it would just get eaten up by Mexico or USCA. Jake, you can't just annex them. That would be like brutish and uncivilized. Just slowly chip them apart like an asshole instead. Yeah, but I've already got... Wait, can't I just have lots of war goals in one war and just push all of them? Also, I can take entire states, right? No, wait, you take state... Is it... It's not provinces and regions, right? It's states and regions? I don't know. But I want that coal. After 3 war goals or so, you hit the bad boy limit and get cut down to size. Is that so? Well, whatever the hell. We'll just have a fight with you. Better march the army over there first. These provinces are so huge. I bet TBW has some opinions about the borders here. And then you look over to Europe and it's like, wow. Small, dense, detailed province. Man, what have the Belgians been up to? They got their own railways. They got lots of people. Sulfur, industry, food. War policy debated in local election. If all pops in Brazil become 10% more percentage of people that pacifism. Constant vigilance. War is never good. War is a fundamental evil. We are going to fight for our country. And I won't hear otherwise. Vaccination. We discovered it. And we discovered the aerial bacteria antiseptic principle. And yet we've come down in the world. Army attrition, military hospitals, pop growth. That seems useful. Oh, and other things are happening. Plans, economies, and well, let's get rid of that for a second. It's hard to get you off the screen here. So why is it important that we discovered this, as opposed to anybody else? Hey, oh, there we go. They're up in green because we have them. What did we get from that? We got the effect, sure, but what difference would it be if, say, Ireland discovered this? Everyone gets their own inventions. Okay, so if we invent vaccinations, and 20 years later Spain invents them, Spain would have gone 20 years without vaccination? That's rough. Really rough. Okay, fair enough. Criticism. Several instruments in the government subsidies directed supporting local industries. Opponents argue that the country's economic... I don't know. Militancy. Planned economy. Planned economy. What even is planned economy in this sense? No idea, and no tooltips to tell me. Planned economy is command economy. Well, that's equally as useless to know. What is planned economy? Planned economy is communism. Okay, let's move on. Now, I suppose I should actually pay my units. I'm going... See, what's really useful is rule of thumb or basic advice that I can just go to. Is it safe to assume that the national stockpile slider for my army here is essentially the same as the military maintenance slider from Europa Universalis? That would be amazing advice. If it's yes, and if it's no, some other way to figure out how to use it would be great. Yes, 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 yes. And even TBW is saying yes, but then Cuttle Fishman says no, not quite. Okay, fair enough. I'll go with the majority then. Planned economy or state capitalism, you're able to build factories yourself. I mean, I haven't built any, but just from the feeling of... Where is it? Oh, really, where is it? Here we go. This gives me the feeling that it's probably a pain to do. And I still can't build factories. Damn liberals. Wow, this isn't getting old fast. The intensive election campaign... Oh, of course, we're in the elections time, aren't we? That makes sense why we're seeing all these. Protectionism... Let the chips fall where they may. I mean, I don't have the... I don't know which is going to be better. Whatever lets me make more money off of it, I suppose. These tariffs are pretty nice, but there's got to be some downside to charging 100% tariffs. I guess goods that need to be imported to my country are difficult for people to get who want them or need them. Like these middle class guys get none of their needs, I assume, because I'm taxing them to death and they can't import things that they want. The rich are pretty happy though. Maybe I could drop their taxes just a little bit so that they can afford something. Screw the poor though. Like, tighten the thumb clamps every day of the week. Whatever, come what may. Hey, okay. A coalition of conservative and reactionary parties got the most of the vote. They will form the basis of the government. Really? Didn't I just set what the government's going to be? Politics. Okay, so although I chose that, we became something else. So, wait, I still just go and slap back in the liberals? I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. Oh, that shoved my tariffs down, and now goodbye money. What? You're a monarchy, Jake. Who cares about the people? Ah, that is useful advice. Unless there's some reason that I'd want reactionaries here. They let me build factories. You know what? Let's see what building factories is like. Still, nobody wants... Oh man, even fewer people want to outlaw slavery now. Amazing. Right, what do these guys do for us? Capitalists expand factories? No. But they do build factories. Open foreign factories? No, who cares about that? Investors? But yeah, screw the investors. Movements? Suffragettes? Okay, decisions... Fatherland volunteers. During the War of the Triple Alliance, when Paraguayan troops invaded the Brazilian... Angered... Incompetence on the part of the Brazilian army, demanded that he himself be allowed to go in person to the front. Threatened to abdicate... Reportedly saying... If they can prevent me from going as an emperor, they cannot prevent me from abdicating and going as a fatherland volunteer. Naturally, the cabinet was left without much choice. Brazilians who later volunteered during the Great War were called fatherland volunteers in memory of Pedro's quote. Say it like Pedro did, and the nation will follow wherever you lead. Gain a lot of prestige. Lose war exhaustion. Need to be at war. Need to have decision making. That might be a long time for Brazil. How's the budget looking? Oh dear lord, right, these idiots that we have in power do not know how to charge tariffs, sadly. Capitalist AI and Vicky is brain dead, tends to waste national resources on inefficient projects that go bankrupt. State capitalism is a pretty healthy mix. Okay. Why am I giving loans? I don't want to give people loans. Well, maybe that's profitable, but Greece bailed on me. Bloody Greeks. Try to Greek me of my money. Anyway, army, how are you feeling about going and killing some Colombians? You know, I haven't actually built an army. But I can't build an army. I mean, I understand why I can't build a navy here, but no army. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that I have to have soldier pops in an area. Hey, like we have here. 4 brigadiers are allowed. 0 are allowed here. 0 here, but 1 here. That's got to be a pain. Surely there's a centralized way to do it. Like, say, in a military tab. Where I build an army. Right, so let's say I wanted you. Why do they cost sheep? Oh wait, these are irregulars. Abort, abort, abort. Infantry and artillery, those sound like what I want. Let's have them. They're gathering these goods. They're gathering wine for my artillery. Yeah, okay. So whilst you're doing that, and whilst I'm hemorrhaging money... Oh god, they're being built down here. Okay, well that looks terrifying. Let's spend our money while we have it on some factories. Options. We have a lot of options. Why don't we focus on the capital for now? Rio de Janeiro produces coffee. Coffee is probably good. Yeah, I could expand a fort here. Costs a lot of things like explosives and cement that I don't have though. But I can build a factory. I can build a... Oh jeez. I thought I'd build a coffee factory, but maybe not. I thought I had loads of money, but this is starting to make that feel like not a lot of money. Whew. Alright, well, booze for our poor South Americans here. Liquor is the alcohol available. The broad mass is the populace. Grain is the raw material. Oh. That kind of made my heart do a skip that made me think of patrician. Raw goods to produce something which might itself be used for something else. I like the sound of that. Since I don't have these goods in my stockpile, probably because I don't produce iron, I doubt I produce cement, and I certainly don't have machine parts, I guess that's why this is costing more. Build it anyway. Oh, it'll take years. Well, it's not unsurprising. Wait, no, it's not surprising. Still, where's my army? Where's my money? Where am I? Oh wow, we made money for a moment. How did that happen? You can go to war with Peru to get coal. Yeah, it's kind of what I want to do, but we have a truce right now. They don't want to be my ally either. Oh dear lord, I'm losing thousands by the minute here. And yet I make loads every now and then. How do I make loads of money? Excuse me? Projected daily balance of £7,000. Okay, sure. What? Don't understand. Right. Now I know what bothers me about these. They're completely translucent. You can't see... Oh, are they? Not quite. They're like 98% on translucency there. Hereditary genetics, a major step forward. Pop growth. Give me those pops. Oh, and those pops are learning to read. Cool. Now, how do I balance my budget here? Because it's going away horribly fast. Go away, USCA. Ooh, they might have actually been useful. I bet the USCA would help me fight Mexico and Colombia. At war with Venezuela. Venezuela. God, my money's just dribbling away. When do I get my army that I ordered? Why does it look like it's going in order here? You won't be ready until a while away. Huh. You have to buy the goods, and then you can make them. Goods aren't always available immediately. Well, that seems rough. For me, that is. Maybe I should just mobilize my army instead of waiting on these guys, because these things are taking forever. And these dates have been pushed back. Alright, screw all of these. In fact, screw you as well. Go away. I bet I can take them with just the army that I have. All we need is gusto. Maybe I should mobilize. Yeah, get mobilizing. Our armed forces... Mobilize our armed forces, we'll be able to field a strong army. Threatening move to our potential enemies. Well, let's turn our potential enemies into our enemies. Colombia, it's time for you to eat it, because I want your clay. Declare war. Give me that core. Acquire core, Colombia, Amazon from Colombia. Great. Send them in. How do I take my mobilized army, though? Attempt to justify a war protectorate against the Zulu. What? I mean, why would... Oh, cool! I can right-click on these. Ah, message settings. I've missed you so much. Other nations... So, okay, I get it. The reason I'm seeing this is because the UK is an interesting nation. And I can surely set interesting nations by... What is this, by the way? Is this prestige? They have 46 somethings. They have 31 somethings. Russia has 5 somethings. I have nothing. Maybe it's opinion. And maybe it's bilateral opinion for some odd reason. Because we hadn't invented bilateral? Well, maybe it's shared opinion. It's your relation with them. Do they have a relation with me that's different? God, there's a lot to take in, but I didn't expect that there wouldn't be. That said, I got to grips with Hoy a lot faster than this. Wait, learning the game? Is this your first time playing? It's not my first time, it's my first time seriously playing. And there's a ton I don't know about this game. Yellow Prussia, best Prussia. Nah. Alright, yeah, taking these lands over with an actual army does go quite a bit faster. Then again, maybe it's just 'cause I'm playing on speed 4. I hope those rebels don't rise up while I'm doing all this. If I recall, one of the criticisms of this game, and there are plenty, was that when you get a rebellion, you can have a rebellion that is of more populace than the entire population of your country, and sometimes even the world. Are these exaggerations, or are those something that I should expect to see in the game, especially in Brazil? Because that sounds pretty annoying. Pressure chamber. When doing thorax surgery, a big problem has been the oxygen in the bloodstream. But doing them in a pressure chamber, the risk has been diminished. Shared prestige goes up. Prestige from doing thorax surgery? I don't even know what a thorax is. I'm going to assume it's your neck, but to me it's the first boss in Secret of Evermore. Oh, you want some of that, do you? Jungle. 20th. 18, 19, 20. Have at. Gusto. It's all we need to crush the Colombians. The thorax is your chest cavity. Alright, I'll take it. Wow, looks like my numbers are going down. Way down. A crossing? What did I cross? I think I've peed streams thicker than that river and I got a crossing penalty for it? Maybe there's some kind of map mode that'll help me out with that. maybe there's not. Oh well. Gusto, right? Your troops are poop. Yeah, it sure feels like it. Wow, we're getting minced here. But I think they're getting minced slightly harder. Where are all those troops immobilized? Production impact of 75%. Hopefully that's not killing my budget too hard. Oh, right. Are these the guys that are mobilized? No, I think these are my guys that are out fighting. I don't know. Where's my first... Whoa! What? Okay, this is unpleasant. Not nearly as unpleasant as seeing this. We got the Empire of Mexico on my borders, but screw. Oh, old style blockades. Cool. Not cool. Amazing. Go, everybody, go. Gusto. Hey, we got war score. He's actually called Gonzales. A lot of people died. Like, a lot of my people died. Wow, what was that? I've been playing too much CK3, thinking that battles don't actually cause me much loss. That's okay. Our brave recruits are going to come in, reinforce our army, and... Hang on, we're reinforcing pretty hard. This is cool. And I think we're dug in. Is that dug in? No, that's supplies. That's dug in level. More discoveries going on. Is it really worth the pop-up on those? Doesn't feel like it is. I mean, I get it. I'm going to be learning these things as we go along. Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic makes it seem like if you have another victory, you're not going to win the war anymore. Or that you even can't afford any more victories like that. But nope, I am here to win. Something that many people around here just don't seem to understand. Right, Mexico, you're not going to do diddly if you can't actually get to me. And it doesn't look like the USCA want to let you get to me. Good old USCA. The United Somethings of Central America. As if anything there could be united. Brelic says, I meant what I said. There's a lot of things being said around here. I can't keep track of them all, but you're probably meaning the Pyrrhic victory. That's okay, though. We've got all these mudmen coming in to fight for the country under Ernesto Morti. An implacable aristocrat. Ooh, but I could shove anybody else in, and they have experience. Do they live forever? Interesting. No, they do die. Well, not on my watch, they don't. Alright, armed with your pitchforks and handfuls of mud, go and slaughter those Colombians. They have no artillery, so don't worry about it. And if you need reinforcements, well, these guys will be joining you as soon as their siege is done. Maybe. I hope this isn't another river crossing, but it probably is. Fighting and sieging has been improved so much. It's hard to appreciate, but it really has. I mean in Paradox games in general. These old styly ones. The worst thing is when you're a mountainous country. Somebody lays siege to your mountain, and if you ever try and go and lift that siege, well, you're eating all of the downsides for it. But now that's been fixed, largely. Wow, we are getting a victory. Good for us. They probably ran because they saw our brave, brave reinforcements here. And why wouldn't they? Well, the war is clearly won, so let's see if they'll agree to our peace deal. 2%? Oh, that's rough. Oh, don't tell me Mexico's the war leader. Mexico's the war leader. Whoa, that's gonna get old. Oh well, advance on. Oh, no, maybe advance back a bit there. They're doing that thing where they think they can take me. Is this just a game where you don't fight wars? Because my god, this is pointing to a lot of pain. The USA, Dred Scott versus Stanford. A slave remains a slave. Born slave in Virginia, with the help of abolished sued his owner, claiming that the president residency in a free state requires his emancipation. The United States Supreme Court has ruled that this is in fact not the case. Effectively, the property rights of slave owners are protected regardless of where in the Union the slave resides. The case has caused enormous alarm among northern abolitionists, who see it as a first step to a full extension of the institute of slavery for the whole Union. Again, in my mind, slavery is fantastic, but are the game mechanics going to tell me otherwise? I don't like the idea that they can dodge taxes, but that would be fine if they contributed to the economy significantly enough. Vicky 2 best Paradox game, says Lil Tiger. It's what I get told. Ooh, right, we know about whatever I was looking up. It was idealism. I don't really know what comes after idealism. Like, at all. If anybody has any bright ideas, I'm open to it. Because there are a lot of options here. And it reminds me of... let's say Dominions 5, because that's a pretty relevant comparison. Lots of options, no real indication of which one's actually going to be beneficial to me. Romanticism says, oh, tax efficiency. Oh, somebody earlier said that tax efficiency is probably a great idea. For some reason it's not under commerce. Or it is and I'm not seeing it. Ad hoc money bill printing, administrative efficiency, which also brings tax efficiency. Stock exchange brings straight up tax efficiency. That sounds like free money. Oh, wow. That is... Oh, my days. Is there a rival in province attrition? I thought we were done with that. Well, I guess we are, but... Oh, this is awful. There is... Well, it's tiny for these guys, but... Oh, this is bringing back some real EU3 memories. And they're not good memories. I played so much EU3. Alright, you'd have to do things like this to keep the AI in their place. Oh, but he's not having it. Okay, sure. Can't lock him in either. This is difficult. There we go. Dark Lord 2K says, managed to catch a stream, no longer a YouTube scrub. Well, hopefully all YouTube scrubs really appreciated the uploading of Oh my lord, you Colombian buggers. Eat it. Hopefully you, like all the other YouTube scrubs, appreciated the upload of yesterday's Victoria 2 stream. I certainly did. Damn, my mobilized scrub lords are fighting alright, nobody else is. Budget's not looking amazing though. But I get the feeling that these guys are meant to do the sieging, whilst my regulars are meant to do the fighting. We have something like that. Wait, experience? Do you get that for more fighting? I always figured that was a Hoi only thing, but I'm open to being wrong. After yesterday's, I have trust issues, Jake. That fake out was disgusting, but I have to admit it was expertly done. I really like fake outs. I really, really do. People get excited, and people get too excitable. I have to keep that in check, otherwise people think they can just go running their mouths about demanding streams. It can get really tiring, so it's good to remind people who's in control here. The Mayo Sudoku fake out was still the world's greatest. No, the greatest one was way back when my channel was tiny. I said, okay, next stream I'm going to do an Asian one province minor world conquest. Bang. I said that in the stream. And it blew up more than I was intending it to. I saw posts on the internet about it. Got on the internet? No, that sounds like the 90s. I saw it posted up on Reddit, and people were like, who's he going to play as? Oh, Ryukyu. Oh, well, no, he wouldn't do Ryukyu, otherwise he'd say he's Ryukyu, da-da-da. The day comes, and I start playing as Ming, and the chat just explodes in rage and confusion, and oh, I loved that. And then the stream went on for hours until I collapsed into a one-province Ming. A one-province Mughals Ming. Yeah, the Mingles. How did I do that again? I think I moved over to Tibet, had one province that was of a certain culture, but also... To be honest, I don't know how I did half the stuff that I used to do. But the point is that I did it, and what was that noise? The fake out was great. I bet it was our factory. Hey, Rio de Janeiro! There's finally a job in Brazil. Jinx. Doesn't see it 200 years later, but there it is. Okay, get to work, make me stuff. You turn grain into booze and booze into money. So... Jake, you're being sieged by Mexico. I don't like the sound of that. Right, so Mexico had more than one boat. They have another boat. Looks tiny and pathetic. I think once you're done with that, you'll go and kick their arses. Oh, but USCA is being a real champ. And what is Nicaragua? That's not a real country. Of course it's not, because it's Nicaragua, but... I mean, who cares about these irrelevant nations? Point is, they're on the map. Good job. Don't give military access to Mexico, please. Punch Rugga. I imagine that this mobilization of my people would harm my economy a lot more than it has done. This game's more of an anthill, isn't it? You can let the time pass by really quickly and just make small macro decisions, and then there you go. You can micro to your heart's content, but I feel that that's not really the aim of it all. Maybe that's my problem. I'm playing this a bit too much like EU3 and getting aggravated with it. When in fact, I'm looking at it the wrong way. True, you nudge rather than control your nation. Yeah, that's the mindset I should be coming into this with. Then I won't be bothered so much by facts like chasing down people to the Benny Hill theme tune. When in fact, that's not how I should be fighting my wars at all. Outproduce, outgun, outshine, outlast. It's not a war game, yeah? Well, I'm here to learn. Which can be really difficult, by the way. Is when you're a streamer, especially when you got hundreds of people tuning in, it's great when you're playing a game that you know, or even are the best at, right? Find me someone better than me at Frostpunk and I will bend the knee, but I'm quite confident that day won't come. Well, no, it probably will now, since I haven't played the game in quite some time. Point is, amazing at Frostpunk, really good at EU, splendid at Caesar 3, so there comes a certain expectation of competence, not just by you, but of me as well. I go into a stream going, yeah, I'm gonna kick some ass today and it'll feel good. But then you fire up something that you don't know and a lot of people watching do know, like, oh, say, Dominions 5 or Vicky 2, both of which we have this week. It can be really humbling, and it can be really hard to stay positive in situations like that. Fortunately, I've had loads of experience being, for lack of a better word, humiliated on stream, so it's not really something that cripples me, but it's not without its problems. Speaking of problems, bloody Mexicans. I've really got to find a way to play this game well so that I can actually burn down entire cultures in this. Well, that's for the future. That's why we're learning the game. We all like to see you excel, Jake, says Luxshadden, but we love to see you suffer, so don't you worry. I appreciate the stream because it's helping me learn the game too. Oh, that's a staggeringly worrying thought. Yeah, down you go. Right, have we got a war in the bag here or not? 8% war score, jings. And if I have to propose peace with Mexico... Wait, they'd accept? With 8 war score? There must be a catch here. Why? They offered you one. Yeah, I see that, but... Acquire Colombia... Well, for one, I want more than that. Can I justify a war? How about I add a war goal? I'd like to take another state, please. I think I'll take... Well, I need to kind of... This is why full screen menus like that blow for grand strategy. I need context for my decisions. Really, I want to work my way up into his delicious coal. I forget, Colombia, did you have metal as well? Nope, but USCA is within spitting distance if I have you. Yeah, I mean, this is not somewhere worth fighting over. Still, though, we are fighting over it. I didn't even think what I'd want. Let's say we took Obama as well here. I mean, surely nobody would care about it. Obando. Oh no, it costs war score to add these. So if I wanted... Wait, what? Oh, what? Hang on. It is a whole state. The state of Guaviare. Why is it called a state there and a region here? What's the difference between a state and a region? And don't say there's no difference, because there should definitely be a difference. Otherwise you wouldn't use different game terms for it. This is quite important when I was working there, so... Well, then again, this was made before then. You take the whole state, you can't just take single provinces. Well, great, I want the whole state. Brings me closer to the coal that I want. And again, I want that coal. Where's coal again? There you are. So the coal is part of the state of... Big state. Antioquia. So give me Antioquia, please. Wow, I really can do that. Is there anything else of value in that wonderful state? This is the region. Right. Man, this is a big region. So what do we have? Coffee, 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 coal, precious metals. Oh, baby, sign me up. Colombia's getting cut down today. So, add war goal, acquire Antioquia, proceed. We've decided to expand our war by demanding this. We tried to be reasonable. Now they will pay the price for their lack of vision. Okay, can I have my peace now? They will not accept. Okay, conquering Antioquia suddenly requires a lot more war score. But I'm sure we'll make the Mexicans see our way of thinking after we Benny Hill them into oblivion. So that's given me Bad Boy for the first time since playing. I don't see Bad Boy on the screen anywhere, which is strange. I'm under the impression it's an important... There it is. There's my infamy. Infamy change goes down due to war? Maybe it goes down more due to peace.